I think one of the greatest things that we impacted was our culture and our climate. For example, when we walked in on November 1, 2012, there was a culture where our children did not report to class on time. There was active gang culture as well as some levels of violence and weapons. Those are the types of things that had been encountered before we walked in day one. However, we worked to pull the student body together, and one of the things that is bittersweet in a way, because it's totally different now, is that I know the children who attend Maynard Jackson now will never know what that experience was of the freshman class that was here. They just graduated, class of 2016, with the culture as violent as it was when they first walked in, and with the students working to actively change that culture. And one of the things that we did with this is that we decided immediately that what we were going to have to do to put our students into our vision, that they were going to all be successful, was to find ways to make their talent shine.
The community impact that Ms. Johnson's leadership has had has really been tremendous. She has engaged the school in ways that has never we've never seen in this community before. We have state championship athletic programs. We have incredible offerings of after-school programming. And one of the things that's so unique about Ms. Johnson is that so many of our student organizations were created by students. If they have an idea, she champions it. She may assign them a staff member to help make their vision come to life. But it is really a very organic place to be, where new ideas and new passions and new interests and new talents can come together to create great opportunities for all of the students and parents and staff here. And that's really something that's very special about her leadership.
Since Principal Johnson has come to Maynard Jackson, she has brought major impact. I truly see her as the Joe Clark of Maynard Jackson. I recall my first day as a parent here at Maynard Jackson 4 years ago with my 9th grader, and that feeling was undescribable. To ensure that your child is secure and comfortable wasn't something that I could provide for him. Today, I am so happy to say I have a 9th grader here at Maynard Jackson, and the way that I feel about this school is amazing. Ms. Johnson has been here day in and day out. She doesn't skip a beat. She is more of a parent to these students, someone they can talk to, depend on, and ensure that they are safe, a safe environment.
Ms. Johnson quickly brought about a better sense of order. She onboarded a leadership team that really shared her vision and her passion for the kids in Southeast Atlanta, and quickly made a significant change that has continued to improve over the last 4 years that she's been here.
Yep.
We have been in this neighborhood for 25 years, and truthfully, before Ms. Johnson got here, nobody talked about the high school. Students didn't go to this high school that we knew. You know, people talked about, a lot of people moved to Decatur, truthfully. And now that Ms. Johnson is here, it's not a question of if you'll go, it's a question of when you'll go.
She just, as an individual, with her personality, her talent, her ability to run a high school, has brought this community together.
Because prior to Ms. Johnson, the school did not have a lot of activities for the students to do, as far as sports teams, clubs, organizations. And since she's been here, she has almost tripled that number, far as I know. And so that means more exposure of students to the community, and now the community can see the students in a different light.
The student focus on instruction, the school focus on achievement, the community involvement, it only increases and improves every year. And it's just amazing to see on a daily basis the accomplishments, the achievements that are occurring, not only from our students, but from our teachers and from all of the support staff. So I would say that it's just been a pure focus on instruction, and that has just led to so much improvement in terms of the student achievement.
We set up a professional development plan and an instructional calendar so that we could provide a curriculum assessment instruction model, as well as following through with providing feedback to those teachers on the model, and then providing professional development to keep our teachers abreast research-based practices. So when you have effective teachers in a school, you're going to have students who are going to be on grade level and are going to rise to different levels of mastery.
Upon Stephanie Johnson's arrival, she came in and understood that it was just not about the idea of education for the sake of education, but it was about the community at large. That is encompassing parents, students, every teacher in the building, every member who lives within the community. She touched all of them, and she gave them a job to do.
So I think the community has been impacted because, of course, the children that we serve come from our community. And so anytime that we are able to breathe hope and aspirations into our students, then the community is going to grab a hold of that. Considering that we are a service business, and in this business of service, it is our job to educate, motivate, and graduate our students and accelerate them to higher heights than they could ever dream of. So I think that by providing services that wrap around from tutorials to job employment, to college experiences, opportunities to compete globally and nationally with other students, to have opportunities to do exchange programs, all of those things allow the students and the community to realize that there's a true investment being made in our students.
A committed facilitator. So not only does she ensure that we are doing what we need to do as leaders, but also she's always there to assist us with this, but to give us the opportunity to lead as well. It's not just about her.
My experience at Maynard-Jackson High School, I met Stephanie Johnson many years ago, and as a special education lead teacher, I was given the opportunity to come to Maynard-Jackson because the school was at 20% compliance. Under Ms. Johnson's leadership, she gave me full autonomy of the special education department, whereby which changes were made in order to become compliant. So from August of 2013 through December 2013, we moved from 20% compliance to 100% compliance for annual IEPs. Then I noted that in our reevaluation process, there were several students that were high school 12th graders and had kindergarten evaluation, which prompted me to take a look at all students. During that process, I was able to, in those 3 years, I moved every student with a comprehensive evaluation. That way, we are able to improve our graduation rate. Students were passing standardized tests.
Our school environment is becoming more of a safe environment and a more collaborative environment.
I feel like the students have more say in what goes on around the school. For example, if we want a new club or if we want a pep rally or something, we can just tell her or the student body. And
now there's a plethora of activities for each and every student, so nobody can ever feel left out or feel like they don't belong, because there's something for everybody to do.
The focus is not on remediation. You get plenty of dollars for remediation. That comes through title. So you can have all of the after-school remediation programs you want, but you don't get dollars for acceleration.